Engin Çağlar, one of Turkish cinema's most beloved and enduring leading men, has passed away in a tragic accident that has shaken the film community and his countless admirers across generations. Known as one of the golden faces of Yeşilçam, the era that shaped modern Turkish cinema, Çağlar's sudden death feels like the end of an era, a silencing of one of the most familiar and respected voices in the world of film. Reports confirm that the 85-year-old actor was struck by a motorcycle while crossing a road in Şişli, Istanbul, just 200 meters from his home. Despite being rushed to the hospital by bystanders, doctors were unable to save him. The man who once symbolized elegance, dignity, and charm on screen had departed quietly, leaving behind a legacy that transcends generations. Footage of the devastating accident soon circulated online, showing the chaos that followed. Witnesses described a sudden impact, the shock on bystanders' faces, and the desperate efforts to help him before the ambulance arrived. For many who saw the video, it wasn't just an accident. It felt like watching a part of Turkish cinematic history vanish before their eyes. People who had grown up watching him in films from the golden years of Yeşilçam were left speechless. Social media was soon flooded with tributes, tears, and disbelief. Fans from all over the country shared clips from his films, scenes where his calm presence and soulful eyes had made audiences fall in love with Turkish cinema in the 1960s and 1970s. The reality of his passing struck deeply, not just because of the loss of an artist, but because of the emotional connection he had forged with his audience over decades. The Film San Foundation, where Engin Çağlar served as a founding member and an honorary president, confirmed the heartbreaking news through an official statement. Their post read, "We offer our condolences to Engin Çağlar, one of the founding members of the Film San Foundation and a valued actor of Turkish cinema and Yeşilçam, and to his family and loved ones." The message carried the weight of collective mourning. For those who knew him personally, this wasn't just about losing an actor. It was about losing a mentor, a friend, and a man who had given so much to preserve the cultural and artistic legacy of Turkish cinema. He was due to receive an honorary award next week for his lifelong contributions as president of the Film San Foundation, an event that would have celebrated his achievements. Instead, it has now become a somber remembrance of his life's work. Those close to him revealed that just a week before the accident, Engin Çağlar had undergone a routine checkup, and doctors found no health issues. He had been in good spirits, excited about the upcoming ceremony where he would be honored. Friends described him as full of life, with plans to give a heartfelt speech about the future of Turkish cinema and the new generation of actors who inspired him. Nobody imagined that these would be his final days, days filled with anticipation and hope. His death, sudden and cruel, left everyone who knew him in shock. It was a reminder of how fragile life can be, even for someone who seemed larger than life on the silver screen. Engin Çağlar was born as Kasım Engin Çağlar on August 28, 1938, in Istanbul. From an early age, he showed a passion for art and performance. His striking looks and commanding presence made him a natural fit for the world of cinema. He began his career as a model before entering the film industry in the early 1960s, a period considered the golden age of Turkish cinema, famously called the Yeşilçam era. His first major breakthrough came when he starred opposite the legendary actress Türkan Şoray in Vesikalı Yarım, a film that became an instant classic. Their on-screen chemistry captivated audiences, and Engin Çağlar quickly became known as the epitome of the romantic leading man, suave, graceful, yet emotionally deep. Throughout his career, Çağlar acted in more than 50 films, often portraying characters that embodied the ideals of love, honor, and morality. He had a way of bringing quiet strength to his roles, his voice calm, his gestures deliberate, and his eyes expressive enough to convey entire monologues without saying a word. In a time when Turkish cinema was dominated by melodrama, he brought subtlety and nuance to his performances. Critics often praised him for his ability to balance emotion with restraint, creating characters that felt real and timeless. Even decades later, younger filmmakers cited him as an influence. pointing to his ability to blend masculine charisma with genuine vulnerability. But beyond his career, Engin Çağlar was deeply involved in the artistic community. As one of the founding members of the Film San Foundation, he devoted his later years to supporting actors, writers, and crew members who struggled financially after retiring. He believed that cinema was a collective art form and that the people behind the camera deserved just as much recognition as those in front of it. His leadership within the foundation helped countless artists receive medical care, pensions, and social support. Those who worked with him described him as gentle yet firm, a man of principles who always spoke from the heart. He didn't seek fame or glory. He sought fairness, respect, and humanity in an industry that often forgets its own. Following the announcement of his death, tributes poured in from every corner of the entertainment world. Fellow actors, directors, and producers shared emotional posts. Veteran actress Hülya Koçyiğit wrote, "We grew up together in Yeşilçam. We shared the same dreams and the same lights. Engin was one of the most elegant souls I have ever known. Losing him feels like losing a part of my youth." Türkan Şoray, his longtime co-star and one of his closest friends, was reportedly devastated. She was seen tearfully leaving her home after learning of his passing. In a brief statement, she said, "He was not only my co-star but my brother in art. His kindness and professionalism made everyone love him. The world of cinema has lost one of its purest hearts." Younger actors, too, expressed their sorrow, calling him a bridge between generations. They spoke of how he would often attend film school events, encouraging students to study not only the art of acting, but also the soul behind it. He would say, "A real actor doesn't perform to be seen. A real actor performs to be felt." These words, simple yet profound, became a guiding principle for many. It's no surprise that his influence reached beyond Turkey. Film enthusiasts across Europe and the Middle East knew him as one of the faces that defined an era of cinema that spoke to the human heart. As news of his passing spread, old clips and interviews resurfaced. In one, he spoke about his philosophy of life. "Fame is temporary. What remains is how you treated people when the lights went off." That humility and wisdom defined him. He never let success corrupt his soul. In another interview from the 1990s, when asked what he wanted to be remembered for, he smiled and said, "I hope they remember me as someone who did his job with love." That wish has now come true, perhaps in ways he could never have imagined. The accident that took his life was both sudden and senseless. According to eyewitnesses, Engin Çağlar was crossing a small street near his apartment in Şişli, carrying a small bag of groceries. A motorcycle, reportedly speeding, struck him before the rider could brake in time. The impact threw him several meters forward. People rushed to his aid immediately, and within minutes, an ambulance arrived. Despite receiving immediate medical attention, his injuries were too severe. Doctors at the hospital fought to revive him, but after several attempts, they declared him dead. The official report later confirmed multiple trauma injuries consistent with a high-speed collision. The motorcyclist, who also suffered minor injuries, was taken into custody for questioning. The investigation is ongoing, but authorities have already confirmed that the driver was not under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Still, the tragedy has reignited public debate about traffic safety and pedestrian awareness in Istanbul, particularly concerning elderly citizens.